Helping new and less active members progress in the gospel is a unified effort between leaders, members, and missionaries. Watch how everyone worked together in the Brooksville, Florida ward to rescue a less active sister and bring her husband into the church.
My name is Lisa Kane. I grew up in the church. My parents are both converts, but I was born and raised in the church, and they've been 100% active and went to Ricks and BYU, and everything was kind of coasting. And then in my 30s, my younger sisters and brothers started, were getting married and having families, and I was the oldest, and I don't know, I think I had a little mental breakdown or something and started slipping a little bit, not going to church as much as I used to, and made some mistakes, and years went by.
We didn't know who Sister Kane was. Her husband Tony wasn't a member. We didn't know much about him. We didn't know much about her. And I remember the young women's president at the time, as well as a member of the bishopric and another member, went to visit them on a Tuesday night just to see who Sister Kane was. Sister
James and I really hit it off. She had twin sons, about the same age as my son. And she invited me to some activities and things that made me have a friend in the church, really. And, it just kind of made the difference, made me feel welcome again. One Sunday, out of the blue, he hadn't been in church in weeks and weeks with us. He woke up that Sunday, and Jacob and I were getting dressed, and he said, I think I'm gonna go to church with you guys today. And I'm like, cool, he hadn't been in church with us in a long time. And that Sunday turned out to be a pretty special Sunday for us.
Yeah, it just so happened that things that they talked about, it was almost like they were preparing for me to come. The topics were stuff that I needed to hear.
Shortly after sacrament meeting, he took off. I saw Sister Kane looking throughout the hallway and looking around, asked her where she's going. She said she's looking for her son, and asked her where her husband was. She said he's out in the parking lot. He's ready to go. And I asked if she would mind if I would introduce myself to him. And so I did. And that's where I first met Tony. He loved the message that he heard that day. And we invited him to come back.
And I was telling him, I said that was a big thing for me too. And that you took the time out to introduce yourself and welcome me too.
Shortly thereafter, we got this invitation to come meet with the bishop and the stake president. And initially, Tony wasn't real keen on the idea, but when I mentioned that the stake president was the one that had really touched him at church, he agreed to go, and it was kind of the meeting that changed our lives.
He said that, I want you to come and join the church. And I just thought, wow, it's really nice to have someone believe in me and really want me. It's nice to be wanted, It took a little while, but eventually I was able to do the things that I was asked me to show that I wanted to make a commitment. And then I was baptized.
It was definitely, I think, a joint effort between the members of the church and the missionaries, and they kind of worked hand in hand. And it wasn't something obvious, The sisters were coming over, but the members would come over with them.
Our ward's gone from the ward supporting the missionaries' work to truly us all as a group and as a ward supporting the missionary work together. That it's all a combined effort for all of us. And it takes a team effort to truly help the gospel to grow in our ward.